Welcome to the APTA 2021 National Championships, sponsored by the APTA's national sponsors, Viking, Fusion, Upswing Health, and MI Paddle, as well as our local sponsors, Investors Bank, Celebrity Motor Car, and the Ford Athletic Club. And that's probably what Jeff Morneau's been all afternoon working out at the club. I'm Mark Fischel, along with Nationals finalist Jeff Morneau, bringing you this popcorn quarterfinal match between our #1 seeded team of Johan Durant, Stephen Mitchell, against Blake Anderson and Mark Bostrom. Jeff, why don't you introduce the players?
Well, we've got the closest to us on the screen at the backhand court is Stephen Mitchell, and in the forehand court is obviously Johan Durant. And turning around to the other side, on the ad side, the backhand side, we have Martin Bostrom. And playing the forehand court is Blake Anderson. Looks like we're going to have a really good quarterfinal match here. Both teams playing strong coming into it. And looking forward to watching and commentating on a good one. How about you, Mark?
Banging on the door of national quarterfinals. Last year, he and Anderson, some people argue, won match point against Barisher Doya, played an out ball, ended up losing in a real tough match. And Bostrom has long been one of the most talented players in the country, but has just been a little bit loose with his game. And I think that today's match is going to go as he goes. I mean, if he is loose, makes some poor decisions, then they're going to be in trouble. If he plays a really tight, solid match, I think this is going to be a highly competitive one. What are your thoughts, Jeff?
Yeah, I think we've got, all players here are playing really well. I agree with that. I think Blake and Martin got something to prove to themselves, certainly not to the paddle community or any other players, but to themselves that, they came back this year. They want to do better than they did last year. They want to redeem that win/loss against Doya. They've got a good opportunity here against Mitchell and Durant to beat the #1 team in the country, and Johan's won more than his share of national titles, so it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, that's interesting what you should say, that Johan's won more than his share of national
ladies
titles.
and gentlemen,
I would say, given Johan's
welcome to the men's
quarterfinal
round match.
He's kind of revolutionized the game.
On my
his
right,
abilities. I would
in the
say
deuce
4
court
is like
from Berkeley Heights,
kind of on the low end of what I would have thought Johan would have won back in 2010.
And his partner,
yeah, it's hard to win. It's hard to win this tournament. It's hard to win the nationals. Everybody the field is really, really deep. You just look at what you just saw. I mean, you've got Broderick Palmer. They've won a few national titles themselves.
3.
And they just had a barn burner with Lepaver and Pritsenko. That match could have gone either way. And as we know from in the past, Broderick Palmer years ago were down match point in the round of 16. They went on to win that national title. So, anything can happen. All these players are really, 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 really talented. They're really athletic. They've got, great skills. You got 4 players here who can actually finish at the net. They all have finishing shots, the cutter overheads, the big spins. They can, do anything at the net. A lot of power from Bostrom in the back, Johan Durant obviously in the back, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how Blake Anderson plays. He hasn't had a lot of time on the court this year, and then it's always, everybody wants to know, what's up with Mitchell. How's he going to play, and what role is he going to have today on the court with Johan? So.
Let's talk a little bit about Durant, because there are lots of things I talked earlier about how he's changed the game, and a lot of the things he hasn't brought to the court, but he's changed the way they've been used in terms of revolutionizing. I mean, first with the hard overhead, which we saw in 2010, when they turned it into that roller. He played with Parsons for a few years, and they were just so dynamic and played the game a way that hadn't been played previously. Now with the sidearm serve, I mean, other than they were the first of the real top teams, national contenders, to go to sidearm serve exclusively.
Yep. I mean, yeah. I mean, Yeah, the sidearm serve is, especially in warm weather like this. I mean, it's an outstanding tactic. I think it's a lot more helpful than hitting a hard serve that comes flying off the back screen, and then the guys can just rip it off of either side. So, he's constantly looking to improve his own game. He's willing to try new things. And that's why he's such a difference maker on the court, because he's willing to do things and tries things that other people won't try even at the biggest moments.
Now, speaking of serves, have you seen Martin Bostrom's new serve?
I saw that one in warm-up where it lands in the court and comes flying back over.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time.
Going to try it.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time last summer. He was actually playing at Danny Englander's house with Hughes and Powers, and it was just wild because if you don't get it on the half hop, you don't get it. It's gone. It just explodes in this warm weather. And I'll be interested to see if Martin's willing to try it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it actually used in a match. I've seen it in warm up a few times, and it's impressive to watch. I'd imagine that if Johan or Mitchell, if Durant or Mitchell does catch it on the short hop, Blake Anderson is going to be a sponsor for Viking very quickly.
Health insurance, you think? Blake needs his health insurance in place?
He'll be checking upswing health immediately upon leaving the court. So I'd be surprised to see I'd be surprised if Martin uses that, except, maybe up 40 love somewhere, or whether way up or way down, just to mix things up. But here's the big spin of the paddle. And we're going to get started here pretty soon.
Lisa Rudloff, I believe, is our chair umpire. We are live at the Canoe Country Club in Summit, New Jersey, on the APT Network, presented by eNet Live.
Martin in a long sleeve shirt. I know it's really warm out there. Wouldn't surprise me to see that come off pretty quick.
It's his Swedish blood, Jeff.
Got Durant and Mitchell in matching t-shirts, putting their teamwork together. Checking for lead cords. Looks like Bostrom and Anderson are going to serve.
Bostrom to serve.
Miss from
15
Durant.
love.
There's that big serve Bostrom throws into the end court. Got one of the best serves in the country.
Yep.
One of the things that Durant and Mitchell do is they really try and protect Mitchell from the spin. Obviously, when he's playing against lefties, he always goes over to stays in the ad court. Against righties, he's moving to the deuce court.
And you can see all the players have there's a lot of spin on the overheads. It's going to be exacerbated here in the warm weather.
Oh, where did Durant tag that one? Wow, that ball is just flying, Jeff.
Yeah, that's really moving. It's
That was
30 love.
full Durant that came out so far. 30 love, first game. Bostrom backhand is a thing to behold. So hard to read off his paddle.
40 love.
Great transition play from him there.
Yeah, when his footwork is really working right, his backhand
40-15.
is lethal.
Game Anderson Bostrom, 1 love.
And we've got first game going to Bostrom and Anderson. Both teams kind of feeling each other out at this point. Although
See
they're
Hughes
very
and Powers
familiar with each
warming up
other.
on the next court. That match is going to start a little bit later, given the length of the Lepaver-Prudsenko match. Johan Durant to serve. Surprised Johan serving first?
No, I think either one of them, either one of them, they pretty much serve, serve the same way.
Usually
both
it's Mitchell,
very-
though.
Both very good volleyers. Make the first volley. And this
Jeff,
is,
talk a
you know,
little
this
bit
is
about the
gonna-
weather and temperature, and is it going to benefit the big hitting Durant, or is it going to hurt him?
It's hard to say because you can say it's going to benefit Bostrom the same way. I mean, he just hits the ball so flat and so hard. I mean, to a certain extent, you're right. I mean, Johan, they're just going to let all Johan's big drives go through and come off the back screen, right? And there you see when Mitchell goes through, Johan is going to probably try to pounce on that and take advantage of it. He's not.
These are the type of points Anderson Bostrom don't want to play. That come back over the net? That'd be a tough call for Lisa Rudloff to make since it's
15
directly
love.
beneath her.
Yeah.
Close.
Okay, so it's 1-love, and I think that point went to Durant Mitchell, but I'm not sure.
I thought that's sort of left.
Thirty love.
Looks like Johan's gonna be going with some rollers early.
Oh, good move by Blake Anderson. He was looking for the blitz there.
Yeah.
There's that big Bostrom backhand.
But same thing. It's just they're just letting it fly right through, right, and it's coming out. And I think the issue is going to be for Bostrom and Anderson is that when these points happen, when they do hit it through, when they try to come flying in and go forward, they're going to
40
be
love.
in transition, and I don't think they're going to want to be in transition with Durant.
Yeah, no question Durant is,
Game Durant Mitchell,
along with
1 all.
Araya, the two best transition players in the game.
Yeah, and so that
And they're the
that's
two
gonna be
best
the problem.
transition players by a lot.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem because I mean I do think from the back Anderson and Bostrom can get them all through, just like this. That's what's going to happen, right?
Love
If Johan
15.
hits it through, or Mitchell, if Johan's charging forward, they're going to try to volley the ball. He's just going to try to volley the ball behind whoever's there. And I don't know how Bostrom and Anderson
15 all.
countered that.
Great volley there from Anderson.
$15.30.
What would your game plan be if you were Anderson Bostrom?
Not that.
15.40.
I think that the usual game plan is, you playing the ball to Mitchell. He's on the outside. You have to avoid. I think the mistakes you're going to make are you have to avoid the transition, getting into exchanges with Johan. And that's going to be a problem.
Would you say there's more or less transition play when it's really warm out?
Yeah, they have to try to avoid that. I think a lot of people say, Johan, the way to be Johan is for Johan to be Johan. It's hard to do. You obviously have to lob well and get him to, get him to be impatient. But
Good grinding point here from Anderson Bostrom.
Yep, I think this is the way I would try to play. I would not try to play fast from the back. It's just not going to be any good. I'd really just wait for your opportunity.
But Jeff, to the best of my knowledge, Johan Durant's only lost twice before the finals of nationals in the last 11 years. Actually, I'm going to make that 3 times. You know who beat him?
I know one.
Yeah, you definitely do know one.
I'm trying to think of,
Raya Morneau.
I know Johan very well, so I'm trying to think of what the other ones were. I can't actually think. I can't actually think of the other ones. I just kind of sit.
Game.
Well, there's the year that had
Durant Mitchell. They lead 2-1. First set.
Lost in the semis in Chicago to Hughes Powers. The Hughes Powers won.
Yep.
And then lost in the 16s to Hughes Powers in Pittsburgh, Mitchell's first year. But think about that. So it's like 11 national championships, and he's lost before the finals 3 times in 11 years.
That's kind of, I mean, it's just amazing. It's amazing.
That's just stunning, right?
Yeah, I mean, Parsons is very similar, I'm sure, in terms of results, and as is Broderick. I mean, they've been 3. When you talk about nationals, those are the 3 players you've been talking about for the last, it seems like 15 to 20 years. No matter kind of who they're playing with.
So 2-1 Durant Mitchell.
Love
That's
15.
the type of play you're kind of hoping Johan makes. Ostrom's really mixing it up. Some high lobs, some chips, some low lobs.
Yeah, they're being very, very patient from back there. I mean, that's what I took. That's a great shot, but that, I think I gave you a little bit of it, in our pre-match talk, that I did expect to see Johan using that shot that he brought out at Philly way back when, the hard roller, trying to bring Bostrom or Anderson forward, and then trying to follow behind him, trying to use, Bostrom and Anderson aren't the fastest 2 players on the men's tour. But I do think that that's a strategy that if I were Durant, that I would try to employ. I mean, he's the best volleyer on the court. Very hard to put the ball away, but if you bring somebody forward, it really opens up the court. And he's far from afraid of a ball coming hard at him or getting into an exchange with somebody. So when the opportunity presents itself, it wouldn't surprise me to see Durant doing that. What a great
40-30.
Yeah, the more chaos there is in the court, the better it is for Durant, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I think, it's not that I don't think that he's going to do that every time, but I do expect to see that roller from Philadelphia come back out. back when he played with Jerry Albrights.
Wild forehand from Blake Anderson there.
Game, Durant
That's
Mitchell.
what
They
want.
lead
Durant Mitchell
3-1,
wants to see
first
Anderson
set.
swing to the ball as much as possible.
Got 3-1 Durant.
Oh, it's just beautiful play.
Love
from
15.
Durant.
Yeah, great touch. Great touch.
Winning the opening game, Anderson Bostrom have problems kind of finding their way into points here.
15-all.
That ball took a wild bounce off the back wire.
Yeah, it's kind of like right at Mitchell. He had to move a little bit to the left and then try to chase it down from the right. Never a good position to be in.
Oop, ball called out, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
15-30.
Either that or was a very casual backhand by Durant.
Everything from Durant is casual, Jeff,
Yeah, except that
except for the
forehand.
forehand.
You know,
30-all.
Durant will do that once in a while, and you know when you just push the ball right when he sees a push coming, he tends to move to the left. You know, you really everybody says you want to play it right at Durant, you want to hit it where he is, not where he's going to be. Occasionally he'll miss that. You just push it right at him.
Yeah, I remember you employing that tactic very well with you and Max Bavera beating Parsons on Long Island.
Great shot.
30-40.
You know, they're not really getting Mitchell to play here either, right? I mean, how many?
No, it's been all Durant.
It's all Durant. I don't think I've seen Mitchell hit 10 balls yet.
But this is going
Game,
way
Game,
too
Durant
fast
Mitchell.
for
They lead
Anderson Bostrom.
4-1, first set.
And, you know, Durant has historically been just a phenomenal front runner. But he's got this, you know, foot on the pedal, foot on the gas. He just keeps on accelerating and just tries to smush it like a grape. He really, if they want to get back in this set, I mean, obviously, I think they've got to have this game. But just to try to get some momentum going, they need to at least try to make this game a long game. Before this thing gets too far out of control too quick.
Fraser Morgan out to an early 2-love lead over Mariah Parsons, as are Burris Radoy over Kayla Rams. Bostrom's missed a lot of balls early.
15-love.
Yeah, they just haven't. It doesn't look like they've found a rhythm, Bostrom and Anderson, in terms of what they want to do and executing it.
30-love.
Another one, you know, it's 2 quick points. I just think they need to. You know, they're going to lose this set. At least it seems pretty clear at this point. They need to find something to give themselves some rhythm going forward. And these
40
points
love.
are just too quick. I mean, even if that just lob the ball up for a while, just play a lob game just to slow things down, because the train is flying.
Yeah, they're missing a lot of routine balls right now.
Yeah, and even if they, you know, they might be better off, at least at this point, just trying to just not lose points, not make any errors, make them, you know, if they want to hit slash winners, let them hit it, but
guys, new
4
ball.
errors.
It's been
New ball.
error after error. Well, it's the last 5 games. I don't think
Game,
they've won
Durant Mitchell. They lead 5-1,
5 points.
first set.
Good shot from Ostrom here.
Yeah, I mean, they can take as much time as they want.
It's really important how they finish this set, Jeff. We often talk about, you know, they need to come back and win this set, but they got to start getting into points and make Durant and Mitchell feel like they're in a match.
Yeah, that's it. Just no mistakes. No need to rush.
15 love.
Not going to drive the ball through Durant and Mitchell at the net. No need to hit the ball too hard, too soon. It's just going to go flying through.
30 love.
Come flying back off. And make them play balls. You know, this is a little better, right? It's just some nice soft overheads, some push overheads, lengthening the points. Don't you think, Mark?
Yep. Just got to get into some of these long points.
That's a tough one.
30-15.
They played a nice point there, though.
A great pickup from Bostrom. Forces the error.
Yeah, really dug that one out well.
40-15.
But I don't think that's a ball you want to be hitting too often. I mean, Durant's going to win that point more often than not in that transition. I mean, you can see Durant's, I mean, he's hitting a lot more rollers than he normally does.
There you go. Jeff, want to take an
Game
opportunity to
Anderson
change over to thank one of our
Bostrom.
national
Durant
sponsors,
Mitchell lead
Upswing Health.
5-2 first set.
Upswing Health is a digital sports medicine company that puts an orthopedic specialist at your fingertips. Upswing Health has free AI-powered diagnostic tool designed by orthopedic surgeons that you can use to identify your injury. And knowing you, Jeff, you definitely have some injuries. You can then learn how to treat your injury, even prevent another one with our free therapy programs, or even speak with a medical professional. All for free as a member of the APTA. So you have some soreness after playing, a more serious injury, go to Upswing first. Go to upswinghealth.com/APTA. That's upswinghealth.com/APTA.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark, I've had plenty of injuries. Upswing is from out in this neck of the woods here in Western Massachusetts. People who own it or participate in it are from our club, and I can tell you they've done a great job for me. They've done a great job for other players. You know, John Hughes has used them. They're just they're phenomenal. They're great to the APTA, and they're great to the platform tennis players. So anybody who's got an injury, take a look at it.
Much better tempo here from Bostrom.
Love 15.
Anderson as he misses that one.
Yeah, slowing it down is very, very, very helpful. Out.
Love 30. 15-30.
I mean, these are some root. I mean, that's two
30
balls
go.
in a row there by Anderson. They were up 30 love. Kind of a routine forehand and a routine lob. You know, those are early points. Mitchell
30-40.
puts one in the net. An opportunity here for Bostrom. You know, I wonder why they all of a sudden put Mitchell on the ad court for the overheads. Any thoughts on that?
No. I mean, as you and I talked a little bit off air, I mean, the thing that Mitchell's got to be careful about is not to try and do too much when you're playing with Durant. You want to make some volleys, serve, hit some forehands, let Johan do the rest. If Matt Porter were taking that tack, Durant might have a few more gold medals. Oh boy.
Yeah, so athletic to get that like that.
So
Jump
smooth.
up, land down, bend down.
Deuce.
Too many misses coming from them right now.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity was right there for them. You know, you're not going to get too many more ad chances. This is really a big game. They, you know, get it to 5-3, then they're serving. You know, maybe they can get it to 5-4, and then who knows what can happen. They've already had 2 ad. You can see now Durant has gone back to the ad side.
Yeah, that's such a low percentage play from Anderson.
Advantage Mitchell.
Yeah, it's hard to say what you can do with that. I mean, if you lob it up, you know, I guess you can get back in the play, but Durant's then going to try to hit you with it.
Yeah, the ball was just so low. There's just no chance of driving that ball in the court. I mean, one option would be to try and hit somebody, but he kind of chose a middle ground there, which I think had 0 chance of success. Set point. Misses that one.
Deuce.
Those are the types of donations you need to beat these guys.
Yeah, he just tried to change directions there. They were working over Bostrom, and then Mitchell decided to change directions. I don't know why he did that, but it happens.
Advantage
That was just
Mitchell.
long.
A lot of sloppy
gotta-
play this first set.
We have a set point now.
And you can see on the top of your screen to the right that Lupovier and Protsenko have started against Hughes Powers. Oh, wild volley there from
Deuce.
Mitchell.
Yeah, it's twice he tried to change directions and go at Anderson. And he made 2 mistakes.
tempo is much better for Anderson Bostrom right now.
Oh, what a great half volley.
Made it look so easy also.
And the
Advantage
roller from
Bostrom.
3/4 court deep, but you can see that's, you know, I think this is the way I think Bostrom and Anderson need to play. They need to lengthen these points.
First game to Hughes Powers. A little concerned with how much Lipovier-Poroshenko have left in the tank after that epic win in the last round. Roderick Palmer.
Game. Anderson Bostrom, Durant Mitchell lead
There it is. They
5-3.
pull it out,
First set.
5-3. You know, I think, Mark, you said earlier, since slowing it down, they've gotten themselves back into this match.
A bunch of mistakes for Mitchell that game. Oh, great play there for Anderson. I mean, with all deference to Steve Mitchell, who is a wonderful player, I mean, that's the game,
15
right?
love.
It's where's Steve?
At the end of the day.
And that's the case for virtually everybody who plays with Johan Durant. Ryan Parsons 3-3 first set. Boris Adoya up 5-2.
30 love.
Starting to get some mistakes from these guys.
Yeah, Johan's made 2 in a row there. So he's starting to press a little bit.
Yeah, that's a dangerous ball there for Bostrom.
30-15.
You're going to take a risk like that. It's got to be a shot that's going to win the point. I mean, if that ball's good, Mitchell simply chases it down. Great finish from Bostrom. Great variety on his overheads there.
Yeah, Mitchell
40,
saw it
15.
coming and started to run well before Bostrom hit that, and there was still no chance of getting it.
First set, Boris Adoya 6-2. Oh.
Game. Anderson Bostrom, Durant Mitchell
Guys
lead
have, like,
5-4. First
Dinner
set.
reservations at 8 o'clock, Jeff? Because, boy, they're playing fast.
Yeah, well, this is what happens. They were really in control of everything. Bostrom and Anderson were making lots of mistakes. Mitchell was playing solid. Durant was, playing really smart, hitting all sorts of great shots, and the points were quick. Bostrom and Anderson slowed it down and have just now crawled their way back into this set, and we've got Durant serving at 5-4. You can see there, it's just like example right there. Anderson just lobs it up earlier. He was, trying to take a rip at that return.
It's interesting because Durant volleys so exceptionally well. His anticipation is just remarkable, and then you'll get casual errors from him, and that's what encourages all these guys to play so slow against him. Oh, Mitchell misses an easy overhead.
Love 30.
But what a weird match so far, Jeff.
It's just gone back and forth. It's kind of been there are a lot of errors.
It's interesting because we saw in the finals a Longmeadow against Boris Adoya. Nick Adoya, one of the most aggressive players on tour, he had no interest in hitting his forehand. He was just throwing the ball in the air, waiting for errors from Durant Mitchell, and they got enough to win that thing.
Well, I think that's what you're seeing now.
15-30.
Good shot by Durant. That's a good volley there by Mitchell. Kept it nice and low, right off the snowboard. Another good one. Just sets this up. It's going in. Good long point here, Mark.
It's great tempo for Anderson Bostrom. This is what they have to do. Any more balls, Jeff, before Johan hits the hard overhead?
I don't know. 30-15 down. Shouldn't be long. You know, and at the end of the day, though, Mark, I think this is also what Johan and Mitchell are going to need to do to advance, you know, to continually advance through the tournament. I mean, at some point, this is the way paddle's going to be played in this tournament. I don't think it's going to be sprint, 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 sprint.
Yeah, that's certainly true. Although their potential opponents of Araya Parsons in the next round will not slow things down. They're the one team that has really gone right after them. Certainly, if it's Burris or Doyle in the finals, it's going to be slow. Hughes Power is a little less so. But Kayla Ram's very slow, obviously. Fraser Morgantown play fast too.
I mean, this is the longest point of the match by far.
Great lob there from Blake Anderson.
Oh, what a great volley.
It's amazing how easy Durant makes that volley look.
Mitchell had a
Don't
nice
try that at home.
Really kept his body still. He was going to be a good drive by Bostrom.
Maybe a shoestring volley from the service line. What a get from
Oh
Durant.
my God, what a get.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Then the swing and the miss after that long
30 all.
point.
I don't think Anderson could believe he actually got it.
It was like one long stride from the baseline to the net by Durant to get that ball.
Jerry Vian calls that the extended arm.
Oh.
Great get there from Anderson.
Yeah. I think when Mitchell's volleying well, which is more often than not, he really keeps his body very stable. He squares up and just blocks everything back in.
There's a big
Right
forehead
at
from
him.
Bostrom. Yeah, well, what we saw on Long Island was
30-40.
Durant tends to reach. That's when Mitchell tends to struggle. Johan's willingness to trust Mitchell last year and his patience.
Game
5-all.
Anderson
Wow.
Bostrom.
Just a shocking turn of events, Jeff, from 5-1.
Games are
couple of set
5-all,
points.
first set.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that they started to get a little rhythm, but to be able to come all the way back and win all these games literally by, I mean, they've literally won these games by lobbing and just putting the ball back in play.
Yeah, I would say they haven't won the games. I would say Durant and Mitchell have lost the games.
Yeah, I mean, they've hit a couple, Bostrom's hit, you know, they've hit a couple of good drives here and there, but realistically, it's been an error somewhere along the way by, you know, Mitchell or Durant that has cost them.
Yeah.
And
But Bostrom gets the let cord. And you know, John Milbank used to say, Jeff,
15
right?
left.
No let cords if you
No.
lob.
We've all heard it. We've all heard it, Mark. We've all heard it.
And you live that motto, Jeff. No one's ever got more let cords than you.
I tried to save mine for all the right
15-0.
times.
Lipover Persenko up 2-1. First set. That's a good transition from Anderson there. Great job from Bostrom as he catches the nick. Great variety in the overheads.
30-15.
Well, he's got, you know, Bostrom's known to have one of the, and he does have one of the best rollers, rolling overheads at the net. No doubt about it. It's got a lot of spin on it. It doesn't, you know, even when he does miss it by a little bit, it doesn't come flying out high into somebody's forehand so that they can drive it. Even when he misses it, usually all that anybody can do is lob it.
Bostrom looking for the backhand blitz there. Yeah, a little handsy with the volley there from Mitchell, and he misses it.
40-15.
That's good patience from Bostrom there. That's a ball he would have driven in the past.
This is
Oh, great look from Anderson. Read it perfectly.
40-30.
It really was. It was really a good look.
And Bostrom's such a great partner. You see him encouraging him afterwards. I don't think I've ever seen Bostrom give his partner a cross eye. I know some of his partners deserved him numerous times. Myself, primarily.
Yeah, he's very easy to play with.
Huge point here. Rip from Bostrom, and that's 5 games on the trot for them, Jeff, as they go up 6-5. Mitchell will serve to stay
Game
in the
Anderson
set.
Bostrom, they lead 6-5 first set.
You know, it's looking to me like, you know, they've really developed a strategy of we are literally just going to lob. We'll hit some, you know, we'll call them the probing drives. We don't see any more of those 100-mile-an-hour drives that are coming off the back screen and then flying back out. We see more of the probing type of drives from Anderson, mostly from Bostrom when there is a drive. I actually you know, apart from that one semi-blitz, I don't think I've really seen Anderson hit a ball, you know, in the last 20 minutes or so. You know, they've got to do, Mitchell and Durant need to do something to change it up. I think, you know, I like the hard roller from Durant into Anderson's corner and get Anderson moving forward. I think that's been effective. But right now, obviously, all the momentum is with Anderson and Bostrom.
3-1 Lipovere-Portsenko on the next court after a slow start. They've won 3 consecutive games. Oh, Bostrom had a good ball to hit there.
15 love.
That's where a little bit of jumpiness there from Durant. That was a tough volley from Mitchell.
Yeah, he jumped. Mitchell jumped, put it in the net. Fairly easy ball.
Portsenko continue their run. 4-1 first set. And a big win over Hughes and Powers. Last time they played him in New Jersey at the Atlantic Classic, which they then went on to win.
I'd like to see when Durant gets that short ball. I'd like to, you know, I think I'd like to see him go more towards Anderson, because Bostrom's getting some decent looks on that side, and you know, when Durant's off the net, it's becoming a little bit of a problem for them.
30-15.
There's the nick there. Mariah Parsons up 5-4 first set. Rochadoya 6-2-1 love. Yeah. Can't hit that soft ball to Durant. Got away with it, yep. It's interesting, what we haven't seen Durant do much of, which Juan Araya specializes in, is hit the bad overhead intentionally and then jump on top of the net to accelerate the pace of play.
Well, that's what I was talking about, except I'd like to see him do it to Anderson. But it's constantly going over to Bostrom, who's just been rock solid since, you know, after about the first 5 games.
As he hits a forehand on the bottom of the net.
Of course.
40-15.
Yeah, I don't think Anderson's driven one ball other than that high forehand he missed in a while. He's been very disciplined.
Yeah, you know, that was that was a good miss. I mean, he really had a great opportunity.
Absolutely. That's really, I think Mitchell's got to be careful of not trying to do too much.
I do like the play of going at Anderson or bringing Anderson forward, and then really opening up the court behind him, making Bostrom try to have to cover it. Even if it is a little bit risky to get Anderson coming in, I just think if they get into an exchange, Durant versus Anderson, it seems like it's, you know, there's a heavy favorite there.
That was a nice sequence there from Bostrom.
They seem sort of dead set on going towards Martin. Bostrom. That's the one I'd like to see.
Good swing from Bostrom. Misses that. We'll play a tiebreak to
Game
determine the first
Durant-Mitchell.
set.
Games are 6-all.
Here we go. Who would have thunk, Mark? Who would have thunk from the beginning?
Not me, Jeff. Not at 5-1.
No. Here we go. He's just got one of the best serves to the ad court. It's almost impossible for somebody to even try to drive it. Very few people even try it, even less are successful.
It's a great soft roller from Bostrom.
Sure is. He's really going for that nick. Anderson right on top of the net. Good flicker by Mitchell. This is some good paddle. Durant is looking to pounce.
When is Durant not looking to bounce?
You can see there's just a little more pep in his step than there was, halfway through the set. Didn't let it play through. This is a really good point. Really high quality play.
Oh, Anderson catches the lead cord. Apologizes after the fist pump. Do you like to wait till before or after the fist pump when you apologize, Jeff?
I wouldn't know. I don't apologize, Brad.
I love that about you, Jeff.
1-0, Anderson.
I don't apologize. In
Bostrom.
fact, I usually turn my back on the person right away so that they don't look for an apology. And walk around like I meant it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true lawyer.
That's the only way I can hit a winner, so I just get proud of it.
Anderson
From the
Bostrom.
backcourt, it's obvious that Martin is the only one that's going to hit a ball, so I'm a little confused as to why whenever they're not on top of the net, why not just go to Anderson? He's only going to lob it.
This is a little bit reminiscent of the quarterfinals of Pittsburgh, where Anderson Bostrom took the first set easily from Mariah Parsons, where Anderson was really playing the setup person and got away from it and started to drive the ball a little too much. Switching in the backcourt again to get Bostrom back on the ad side. Oh, great. Oh, what a pickup from Durant. Oh, my goodness. Jeff, how did he do that?
I don't know, but I have no idea.
That ball's never more than like 6 inches off the ground. Anderson went around the net.
Yeah, it's just
2-1, Anderson.
The talent level is
Bostrom.
unbelievable. But that's the chaos that Durant likes.
Oh, we have to see that again. I hope we have a replay of that one.
Anderson was basically out of the net. That's the shot that I like right there. I like Durant going, from anything that's relatively short, lob.
Jeff, I need a minute to get over that last shot. That was just ridiculous. I still don't quite know how he did it. You rarely, if ever, see a ball played from around the net. Sometimes it comes off the back snowboard. But that ball was 6 inches off the ground.
Amazing. No. Very few people.
Very few?
Yeah. Like
we'll go with one. Here's Powers back to 4-3. First set with the Prever Pritsenko. Dangerous overhead there from Durant.
Yeah, it was close.
Boy, Bostrom got played into the corner there.
Yeah.
2-2.
Bad footwork on that one, but Bostrom's been playing great. He's playing great from the back. I mean, I think that's the first ball, the first lob that he's missed in a long time.
Anderson follows it up with a fault.
Yes, I agree.
And I should say you got 4 of the best
3-2,
sportsmen of the game on the
Mitchell.
court out there, Jeff. Mitchell
Yeah,
looked for confirmation from chair umpire Lisa Rudloff.
Yeah, I mean they're all great guys. I mean they're fierce competitors, obviously, or they wouldn't be where they are.
Boy, that crazy shot made turn around the whole set.
3-all.
Whereas again, I mean Mitchell, you know, it's a great. Don't get me wrong, it's a great shot by Bostrom right there to move over and to be looking for that
Yes.
that shot. But on these deep lobs, I don't see
4-3,
any
Anderson
reason why
Bostrom.
it should go anywhere near Bostrom, given that he's the only one that has even a chance of driving.
Great comment. All you have to do is dump the ball to Anderson, and the ball's going to come back at you with a lob.
On a deep lob, on a deep one. I mean, there's really not a need to go down the middle because Anderson's not looking to do anything. I mean, he's just looking to hit good lobs, nothing too short, set up Bostrom.
After getting up 3-2 in the breaker, Durant Mitchell with a couple of donations. Mitchell specifically. You don't detect any strategy at all from Durant Mitchell at the net. They're just kind of hitting their overheads wherever they want to hit them. To your point. Bostrom looking for that backhand blitz.
Yeah, he's just.
It's good discipline there from Anderson not to follow that ball in.
And Bostrom was right there. That's a
4-all.
ball he likes the two-handed backhand. His feet just got planted. If he had kept those feet moving a little bit, he would have made it. It's a shot that he really likes. You know, he had him where he wanted him. I think it was a good play by him to go for that.
Great overhead there. Catches them switching sides.
5-4, Anderson
That's one of his
Bostrom.
best shots. That slow roller right into the neck. You know, even like I said before, even if he misses it, it's not coming flying out. It's still going to be, you know, a fairly difficult ball to do anything with. The best you're going to do is get a half decent lob out of it. 5-4, Anderson Bostrom, Durant to serve.
Yeah, it was especially effective because Durant Mitchell was switching sides to the backcourt. Well, that was wide. What big donation there from Durant takes us to 2 set points.
6-4, Anderson Bostrom.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
a
a fault
shocking
first.
into the first set, Jeff.
Yeah, tough.
First
one.
set, Anderson Bostrom,
Scratching
7-6.
his head there. I think they're going to take their time here. You know, they're going to talk about that set. They're going to talk about what they're going to do to win the second set. You know, they let that one get away. I don't think it's going to happen again, but we'll see.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after these messages right here on the APT Network presented by eNet Live.
Done. Great job. Hey, good stuff for you. Patty, good job. Yeah, a lot of fun. You guys look great out there. How long have you been playing?
Who, me? Oh, I've been playing my whole life. How about you?
Wow, I only started playing when I retired.
Someone say retired?
out there, Eli.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back to the Canoe Brook Country Club 2021 APTA Nationals, sponsored by eNet Live. I'm Mark Fish along with Jeff Morneau. We just saw a shocking end to the first set. Durant Mitchell kind of gave away the last 4 or 5 points from about 5-1 in the set. They kind of gave away the last 4 or 5 games as well. What are your thoughts, Jeff?
One of the weirder sets you'll see, right? I mean, it started out bang, 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 bang. A lot of banging the ball, clearly favoring Durant Mitchell. The points were extremely fast, and Durant Mitchell went up 4-1. They obviously changed strategies. They went to slow play. Anderson stopped driving altogether. As I think we said earlier, he hit one drive in the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes of play. And Bostrom got a lot more selective. Not only more selective in his drives, but also selective with regard to the pace of his drives. Just started hitting more probing drives and increasing the percentages in, and really made a huge difference. And now all of a sudden, Anderson's one of his finest forehand.
Well, that's interesting you should say that, because I was thinking the same thing. There we saw 2
15
questionable
love.
drives from a team that was so patient, completely turned around the first set with that strategy. Are they going to get away from it?
I mean, I hope not for them. I'm sure the Mitchell Durant fans are hoping that they do. I'm more interested to see what what strategy Durant and Mitchell came up with in order to change things up here a little bit, or if they did, or if they're just going to keep playing the same way and figure that they're going to win it that way.
And you'd have him hitting a lot more balls at Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, I like that play right there, right? I mean, that's just bringing Anderson. I think bringing Anderson forward and playing to him is the way to go.
30 love.
I'd go at Bostrom when it's a short lob, and you can go at Anderson, as we've seen, anytime.
Mariah Parsons, Fraser Morgan in a tiebreak for the first set, and Burris Ordoya 2-2. 6-6 in the Mariah Parsons tiebreak. Oh, no, 6-6, starting the tiebreak now.
I like that.
That's a good choice there for me for Blake Anderson. That high ball that he's hitting down, that's a good quality look. Pretty clever. Bostrom swing and missed at that one. Let it go through to Anderson.
Yeah, I think Durant hitting a lot
40
more
love.
of those. And they, when I used to play with Juan, I'd say the same thing. You can hit that cutter. It doesn't have to be for a winner. The whole point of it is to bring that deuce guy forward, and then you can, in the event that he gets it, you can just volley it either right at him or try to get it behind him. What I'd like to see is Durant take the shorter balls from the middle again. I know I might be repeating myself a bit, and roll them, not to Bostrom, but I'd roll them over towards Anderson's side. Because that's what's getting them in trouble. That shot right
40-15.
there from Mitchell. To they're lobbing Mitchell. He goes back and hits it. He's going to the middle, which is traditionally a good spot to go, except Bostrom's taking that forehand. I think Mitchell needs to put that ball much farther over and just hit it over to Anderson. There's a nick. We're close.
Five all. Pavel Prudsenko, Hughes Powers.
It's great matches everywhere right now.
Boy, that ball had a lot of action. Great pickup from Bostrom. That's the backhand he missed in the breaker.
Yeah, it might have been.
That one beautifully. Oh,
Great.
those are the misses that have haunted Martin Bostrom for
Game
years.
Durant Mitchell. 1 love, second set.
We saw so
You know,
little of
it's
him in the first set.
Yeah, it's also the the end of the first set blues. The comeback took a lot of mental energy to do that, and it's really hard. It's always a super challenge to come out that first game of the next set after you've come back and won of the first set. You can say it to yourself all you want. Stay focused. This first game's important. We got to keep it up. It's easy to say, but it's really hard to do. So it doesn't surprise me that Durant Mitchell won that game, even if they didn't play their best. And I think as this goes on, I'm sure they'll get into the win.
Fraser Morgan up 5 love in the
15 love.
tiebreak.
$30 love.
Couple of misses in a row there. Turn serves from Durant Mitchell. Great get there from Anderson.
40 love.
I think that's a play, though, at the end of the day that Durant and Mitchell want to see. Not the result, but the strategy.
Yeah, it's clearly going to speed up play. Boy, 3 missed return serves and 4 points.
Game Anderson Bostrom, 1-all.
Oof.
15 love.
Sloppy start for sure to the second set.
Mariah Parsons back to 5-3 in the breaker.
The bounce out. Warm weather
15-all.
overhead. Tried to do a waterfall, but just hit it a little bit too hard.
Here we saw Drew Broderick bounce one out of the court to give the match point. One of the many match points that Pavel-Prochenko didn't convert.
That's a great pick by Mitchell. Back. Another great shot by Mitchell. I don't think they're going to leave Anderson over there for long.
Just no need to make that play. It was there.
30-15.
Bostrom needs to yell pretty loud and just make sure, let Anderson know that he's there and he can get it. That's a better overhead there by Mitchell. Kept it away from the middle, away, not letting Bostrom give a chance to move over and hit it. There it is.
40-15.
it out of the middle.
Oh,
Boy.
Game Durant Mitchell. They lead
Durant just
2-1.
brazenly
Second
standing
set.
there.
Just challenging the Bostrom backhand. You know, if Bostrom weren't such a nice guy, he would have gone high there and probably put one right through Durant's chest, but he didn't.
And if the roles were reversed?
Bostrom would be sponsoring Viking.
First set to
Yeah,
Fraser
I mean,
Morgan in the tiebreak.
I mean, you don't get many opportunities to hit Durant, and when you get one, you better take it because he's going to do the same thing.
Your serve.
You know, that was one. It might sound a little rough, but that was one there. You
Okay.
really, if Durant's going to
Kept
stay
the
in there,
sides,
he's
okay.
going to challenge you. You need to pop him.
Powers win the first set 7-5.
There it is.
Love 15.
I mean, Papaverzenko's have got to be tired mentally and physically at this point, I would think.
Especially after losing that first set when they were ahead, up 4-1, 5-4.
A great get by Mitchell. Martin Bostrom had that. That's one of his specialties.
Love 30.
Right there. He's got that in the bag. Just needed to finish it. A little bit more of a swing. Anderson politely says, I'm just going to get out of here and retreat. I don't want to get into an exchange with Durant.
So our number 1 and number 3 seeds both lost the first set on this side of the draw, Jeff. I know in your bracket you had a Fraser Morgan Anderson Bostrom semi. Not there yet though.
Long way to go. Although, about 18 minutes into this match,
Oh,
big miss. He went for that roll.
15-30.
I mean, 18 minutes into this match, you and I thought we were going to be done by 40 minutes.
yeah, I was wondering if Hughes and Powers are going to move over.
Now the roll is completely reversed. Yeah, great play by Durant right there.
15-40.
He changed
Nice.
pace there. Didn't go after
Yeah.
that one hard. Hit the roller, and I think Bostrom was looking for the big ball.
Yeah, you can see both teams. Early on, you know, those balls were flying. Now it's a lot more controlled play.
30-40.
You know, Serge Jinx.
That ball really moved off the
Deuce.
back wire. A lot of spin there from Bostrom.
That was an add point. Go up 3-1.
And that's the type of play he's just got to stay away from.
Advantage
Pace
Mitchell?
just doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything on that ball.
It's tough,
Durant's
though.
there,
You
he's
see-
going to volley it.
Yeah, you see Durant, you know, out of the corner of your eye, and it's just a very intimidating thing. Great play by Mitchell. What a
Game
great
Durant
play.
Mitchell.
Dink it low.
They lead
charge the
3-1.
net.
First,
You know,
second
the
set.
stretch volley puts it behind him. Durant Mitchell take a lead 3-1. Mitchell looks pumped up.
Love
You're
15.
good at that, Jeff.
Yeah, double.
say good things about somebody and then they promptly miss. It's interesting too, faulting to Anderson, who's just not even attempting to drive the ball back. He could throw that Portsenko serve in there and he'd be lobbing it.
I mean, Mitchell's playing with fire with that overhead from when he has to go back and hit it. It's just too close to the middle for my liking. This one. That's a much better spot.
Love 30.
It looks a little rushed from the back. But again, it's that ball.
Love 30.
The ball in the middle was the Bostrom forehand that got, you know, that gave Bostrom and Anderson the advantage. Smart play there by Mitchell. Saw Bostrom really having an advantage, and he just moved back. They're going to reset. Bostrom and Anderson do the same thing.
There's your play.
Yeah, I like it.
Love 40.
I mean, they're just boring Durant and Mitchell from the back. They're boring them to death.
15-40.
First game to Fraser Morgan. They lead 1-love, second set. That's exactly the point you don't think they should be playing. That was a deep
Game.
overhead. Could have
Anderson,
dumped that cross
Bostrom.
court to Anderson, but
Durant
chose back
Mitchell
to
lead
Bostrom
3-2,
and paid for
second
it.
set.
Yeah, I just think they've got to go. You know, I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself, but just go right over to that first screen.
Bursch or Doya about to close the match out, up 5-3 in the second set.
Back towards the doubles alley.
Maybe in a bit.
3-2. Mitchell Durant still up.
Mike Anderson to serve, 2-3 second set. Johan Durant in the white shorts, his partner Stephen Mitchell in the blue shorts. This is Martin Bostrom here in the corner. Oh, great dig from Bostrom.
Yeah, there it is. Tough play.
Love 15.
Play comes running forward like that. I do think you got to go right at Durant.
Yep, that's the ball you got to try and hit somebody with.
That's it. You got to go right at him. I mean, if he does volley it, Bostrom's in the back, he should be able to scoop it out. Great overhead. Unbelievable. They've caught Anderson and Bostrom on the wrong.
Love 30.
You know, we call it the wrong side. They can obviously both play both sides, but for most of this match, almost all of it, Bostrom's been playing the gap.
That's good discipline there from Anderson to lob that ball.
You're not getting any free points out of Bostrom here. He's been playing very, very steady. Highly, he's improved his shot selection. Not making any mistakes.
Hughes powers up 2-1 second set. Mariah Parsons back to 1-all. Great rip there from Bostrom.
Yeah, I mean, it's really turning into a Bostrom versus Durant matchup.
15-30.
Like Mitchell lost that ball in the lights.
Yeah, he did.
Bostrom is playing a tremendously disciplined match, as is Anderson, as Durant airmails the forehand.
30-all.
That's the right move, though. Durant's, he makes that shot 9 out of 10. That's the one I like, right there. That's it. Here's what they got to do. I know it sounds easy, but bringing Anderson forward
30-40.
just opens up the whole court. He can't do anything with that forehand when you bring him forward unless it's really up high. And on the other hand, Bostrom can do a lot more with that backhand.
Back to deuce.
Deuce. Advantage Anderson.
Oh,
Deuce.
those are the faults that just kill you.
And they're back. See if Bostrom tries to pick this off. That's better ball right there.
Fraser Morgan up 2-1, second set. Another game point here for Anderson Bostrom to get
Advantage
back
Anderson.
to second serve at 3-all.
Anderson had a good chance there. I'm surprised. I mean, I know he hasn't been driving anything, but that was really a good opportunity.
Great get from Anderson.
Great get. It really opened up the court.
Deuce.
Mitchell hit a nice, I think it was Mitchell, hit a really nice volley. Get it soft in the corner. Bostrom just couldn't shake it down.
First Adoyer, our first team through semifinals, 6-2, 6-3 win over Kaler Rams. That's great sequence from Bostrom to open the court up there. That's smart of Bostrom to bail.
Yeah. This is a good point.
That's not his game.
Yeah, you
That's what he
saw,
has-
you know, that. Yeah, you saw Mitchell.
Advantage
you know,
Mitchell.
finally, you know, not finally. He's been doing a lot better job of it. You know, let's say the last 5 to 10 minutes of when he is back behind the service line, hitting that overhead. He's, you know, he got
Deuce.
it over to Anderson. Anderson saw the opening and took a swing at it, but when you haven't swung, you know, it's like taking out your driver when you haven't used your driver all day. It's very hard to, you know, hit that drive.
I don't think we'd seen one two-hander from Anderson the whole match.
No. I mean, it was, I'm not going to say it was the wrong shot. It was definitely.
Crossed over.
Okay, so Anderson let the ball go and it crossed over. It's lost a point to Durant Mitchell. We heard Bostrom yelling, no, no, no.
Advantage Anderson.
3-all.
Nope, point for 3-0. Big serve from Blake
Game.
Anderson, and it's 3-0
Anderson
now.
Bostrom,
You're pressured,
3-0.
Jeff. You knew that was going to happen, huh?
Yeah, I think so. You know, 2 returns in a row by Mitchell, right? One, they had the Addy dumped it in the net, and then he did it again. It just, you know, I don't know. It's a good shot.
Fairpachenko bound 3-love, 5-love, second set. Their run looks like it's about to come to an end.
Yeah, they probably really needed to win that first set, given their, you know, barn burner around the 16. You know, that's happened to me before. It happened to me in Chicago. You know, had a very tough round of 16 match. You know, it was against Max actually. Great play there. Again, you see that, you know,
15-love.
You know, Anderson moved forward, they volleyed behind. And you know, you just don't have a lot of time to turn around and get yourself physically and mentally ready for that next, you know, big match.
Again, Anderson gets away from what he's doing there. That's a
30
dangerous ball to be driving. A few too many from him right now.
He's been.
But to your point, Jeff, yeah, it's hard. You play a 3-hour match.
Yeah, you know, and then you know, it's exactly what happened. I was playing with Juan. We ended up playing Lubao DeRose after, you know, we played
La
Pavere Watt, and it was, you know, 3.5-hour barn burner. Then had to go back out and play, you know, DeRose and Lubao, and you know, you just don't have enough left in the tank to play another really high quality match, and that's why, you know, fitness is a factor out here.
40-love.
Fraser Morgan up 3-1. Second set, they won the first set 7-6.
You know, when you think about it here, you know, in this match, you know, Bostrom and Anderson have really won this match, or have been, you know, gotten into the lead, and have spent, what would you say, honestly, 90% of the time at the baseline.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't, I mean, what's the last overhead you remember Blake Anderson hitting?
Very few.
I mean, it's been a while, so they're trying to win this match from the back. I think they've conceded, it seems like they've conceded that they're, you know, very rarely going to get to the net.
Bostrom's being very judicious. The balls he's choosing to drive. Oh, what a get from Anderson.
Great get. Great get by Anderson. You know, I think
40-15.
obviously Durant had that on his paddle. It was a fairly easy shot. He just missed it. I think Durant will take his chances on that one 9 times out of 10.
Great roller from Bostrom as he beats
40-30.
him in transition.
Durant.
Positive energy from Araya, from Durant, and it looks like Hughes' powers are through.
Glad to see our local hero from Western Mass here make it through.
John Hughes is everybody's hero, Jeff. Don't try and claim him.
We're claiming him here in Western Mass. That's all we got.
There was an award for nicest guy on tour. John Hughes would win it.
You know, I said that the other day. He's trying to take over for Mike Stulak's role.
Yep.
Advantage Durant.
Is there anybody that doesn't like John Hughes? And if they don't, then there's something wrong with them.
That I know.
They're just continually going at Bostrom.
Yeah. Yeah, the difference, you know, the difference here, I think, is, I mean, part of the difference is this shot right here. I think that's what Mitchell needs to do, and he's been doing it. Bostrom hasn't had very many looks off of this down the line lob, you know, to go back at Mitchell in a long time.
Nope, misses that one. Great
Game,
roller
Durant
there.
Mitchell. They
Yeah,
lead
there it is again. I
4-3,
mean, that-
second set, new ball.
That, at the end of the day, is going to be the play that makes, I think, the difference in the match. They're hitting it. They're doing it more and more as this set goes on. When the opportunity presents itself, they're rolling the ball right at Blake. He's having to get out of the way. It's going back screen. He's having to chase it up the side screen. You see him stretching over there now, and that's from, you know, that's from the warmth, and that's from having to do those short little sprints forward and run backwards, and they're creating a little more chaos on the court. And you know, I think chaos favors Durant and Mitchell.
So Hughes Powers are through 7-5-6 love,
You're done.
You can
and
see
they
them
will
in the,
face Burish or Doya tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon.
yeah, it's going to be a great match, I'm sure. You can see, you know, on the
Yes,
for the screen
that's
here,
it.
Hughes is over there stretching. I'm sure they're talking about their match, what they could have done better.
I doubt it. Hughes is probably looking for the master scores, although less so this year than in years past.
If Hughes is looking for anything, he's looking for the score of the Bruins game if it's on. All right, here we go. Durant up 4-3. Durant Mitchell up 4-3. Anderson, Bostrom. Bostrom to serve.
Great move, great volley.
Yeah. I mean, Mitchell is he's a very good volleyer. He's a great volleyer as a tennis player, a great volleyer as a paddle player. He's, you know, when he's not moving, like you said, when he knows it's coming, when Durant isn't getting in his way. There it is.
Love 15.
It's just such a tough shot. Guess we're going to see a little bit of Bostrom at the net.
It's just a beautiful through ball from
Unbelievable
Durant.
shot. Unreal.
Love 30.
So good. Nice and controlled. Good pace past him. Anderson had to run back. There's very little chance of getting that.
pickup from Anderson. He's just survival
Yeah.
mode here.
Yep, and that's, you know, and he can keep surviving, but unless you can generate some offense after that, eventually you can't survive doing that all day.
Some more positive energy from Durant.
Love 40.
Yeah, he's bouncing around. They're both bouncing. Team works back. They got their energy.
Great ball
What a
there from
shot by
Mitchell.
Mitchell. What a shot.
Game.
I mean, it looked like it went
Durant
in a round
Mitchell, they
pole,
lead
but it didn't.
5-3. Second set.
I mean, he really got down low for that. Surprised that he drove it. I mean, it was a very high-risk shot. 5-3. Durant Mitchell.
Oh, that ball almost knocked Mitchell over.
There it is.
15 love.
The moving them forward. I mean, I don't necessarily love it going to Martin Bostrom because he can move forward and hit that backhand. Whereas on the other side, you know, not that Anderson can't do it. He's just not doing it.
Raya Parsons back to 2-3. That's
it
a great
is.
spot Anderson finds there.
15 all.
And I think if things are going to change around a little bit, I do think, you know, it seems like Mitchell and Durant have kind of figured it out that they're going to start playing more balls over to Anderson. And if they do that, you know, that's a shot that Martin, he really likes that shot.
30-15.
Just needed to get the legs into it. You know, he set it up nice, had a good rip at it. But I do think, you know, if this thing ends up, if it does end up going to the third, I think Anderson is going to have to hit some balls. He's going to have to they're going to have to get some offense out of there. The same shot.
40-15.
Almost like he's losing it a little bit in the light.
Double set point. Take us to a third and a decider. Oh,
40-30.
there's a big rip there. Saved 2 set points.
Deuce.
Yeah, Mitchell knows. He hit it up. He hit the, you know, what they call the up-down. Would have been, you know, prior to that, he had really been rolling them over there.
Remember, this is not altogether different from where they were in the first set.
It's true. It's not.
Same overhead again. Gets away with it that time. I thought Bostrom was going to hit that one.
It looked like
Advantage
he changed
Mitchell?
his mind. You know, he missed that. He missed that one before, even though it was a great rip, and then it looked like he hesitated. Smart play by Durant to get out of the way. Good athleticism by Mitchell to run it down. And now, oh, I'm sure
Deuce.
Durant would like that one over again. Transition play. Bostrom
Too
was on
much
his back
there.
feet. Bostrom was back.
Another
down.
fault from Mitchell.
Advantage Bostrom.
That's 2.5 in this game.
The one to Anderson at 40-15 was especially egregious. That's a great roller.
Oh, that's a makeup
Deuce.
shot right there. Right into the neck. Ungettable.
Yeah, one exploded out. Set point number
Advantage
3.
Mitchell.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to take there.
Did some self-inflicted damage here, though, from Anderson Bostrom. Couple of lobs missed long.
Game
Jeff, want to
six
take a
set,
chance
Durant
to
Mitchell,
thank one of our
6-3.
national sponsors, Viking. Viking has an unraveled paddle lineup depth, 3 paddle families, each family featuring 3 models: the Pro,
Yeah,
the
you have
Light,
2 minutes.
and the Prodigy.
Oh, yeah.
9 adult paddles,
Oh, the
different weights,
waters?
core densities, and overall hitting surface to
don't
address
know.
all levels of play. Vibrant gradients and a bold, modern color palette lead the way for the upcoming season. All paddles are hand-painted, giving each its own unique look. No gimmicks, just the best ball striking paddles in the game. The official
you
paddles
need to get
of
down?
the APTA. Okay, we're going to take a fast break, and we'll be right back with the third set right here on the APTA Network, sponsored by eNet Live.
Success is all about how a team connects.
Yeah, that's how you keep the ball moving.
Connect with the experts at Investors Bank. For over 90 years, our team has been building relationships and putting clients first with customized banking solutions that give businesses the confidence they need to move forward.
Oh, I still got it.
No, you don't.
Welcome back to the Canoe Brook Country Club, the 2021 APTA Nationals. We're about to start the third set between our number 1 seeds, Johan Durant and Stephen Mitchell, playing against Blake Anderson and Martin Bostrom. Jeff, what was the difference in that set?
Well, I think at the end, it did look like Durant and Mitchell changed strategies, and they did start to go at Anderson more. And I think that actually was the difference in that set. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that here. I think you're going to see, Mitchell make sure that when he's hitting the overheads that he gets them far enough over that Bostrom can't kind of crowd the middle with his forehand. And I think when Durant gets the opportunity, he's going to roll that ball right at Anderson and make him come forward. The last game was a little sloppy by both teams. Mitchell almost faulted it away, and Anderson and Bostrom, they missed 2 lobs, they missed a backhand. So I wouldn't say that Durant and Mitchell won that set. At least the last game, it was sloppy on both sides. So looking forward to an exciting set. I'm looking to see if Anderson looks like he's stretching over there, see if his fitness becomes a factor. He hasn't played a lot this season.
You know what? Give me the.
He's stretching. It looks like he's stretching the Achilles and the calf.
All right.
And I'm looking to see if Anderson, if he does come out and start swinging a little bit more to try to open things up for Bostrom.
5-2 Fraser Morgan.
What do you
They
think,
attempt to
Mark?
close it out?
How do you see this one going?
I just think Durant and Mitchell really kind of steadied the ship that set. They didn't give away nearly as many points. And Anderson, Bostrom, kind of the level dropped a little bit, not a lot, but a sufficient amount. And I don't expect Durant and Mitchell to give away this set. Because the first set they gave away. But Bostrom has turned his cap around. So you never know how that could impact things. Big shout out to one of our biggest fans, Graham McNerney in Chicago. Graham's had some knee issues, so unable to play this year. Hopefully he's going to be back on the court soon.
Love 15.
Yeah, Graham's certainly missed here on the at Nationals. He's Obviously,
Left
he's one of
30.
the best players in the country. And would have been nice to see him out here with all of his skill and talent and his spins, and you know, he's got such a passion for the game, and he always has.
Good discipline there from Anderson to get out of that transition game.
15-30.
Oh.
15-40.
You know, that's a shot Martin's got. He usually hits a super cutter there. Just looks like he didn't just go for it and put the spin on it. And then, you know, that's what happens. It ends up going long. Great shot there by Durant. There it is.
30-40.
Serve almost hit the neck. Mitchell and Durant have figured that out, that they're not going to go. They're not going to give Bostrom, you know, they'll hit the ball to him, but they're not really going to give Bostrom really any looks. They're going to make Anderson beat them from the back.
Great close from Mitchell there.
Love.
Boy, I kind of feel like the freight train has started down the tracks. Oh, Durant just donates one.
15-0.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a freight train. It looks more, to me, a little bit more like a strategy thing than anything. You know, because now
30-15.
Bostrom is, you know, he's starting to press. I think they need to, you know, they need to slow it down. They need to talk about it. But if they don't change
30-0.
strategies, you're right. It's going to be a freight train.
Well, they won the first set from down 5-1, but I don't think they can count on that strategy again.
Yeah. Oh, good look there by Anderson.
40-30.
It's the same shot that he had before. It's a great look. It's a, you know, it's the right play. It's a shot that he can. It's a shot that he can make. You know, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Just have to make it at this point of the match, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they're happy to have had that look. I mean, they played a nice long point, and if that's the look that they're going to get, I'm sure they'll take that 9 out of 10.
Game Durant Mitchell. They lead 2-0, third set.
Match point for Fraser Morgan. 5-3, 40-30. Two love here.
Love 15.
And there it is. Fraser Morgan are through to the semifinals.
Yeah, clearly an upset over there.
First big win on the guys' side. Actually, it's the first big upset in the tournament.
Oh, good look there by
15
Mitchell.
all.
I don't know if he needed to hit it quite that hard. It was wide open. Even smacking it, it was, Bostrom was back there. He was going to make a play on it. But a really good look, a great play by Durant and Mitchell to get to that look.
Yeah, these are the points they shouldn't be playing, though. They may come out of this one unscathed.
Yeah, this is trouble for, Bostrom. I'm sure they're looking for a switch here as soon as they can.
Yeah, they used to play this way, so I don't think they're terribly eager to get Anderson out of there. Just pressing it a little bit too hard right now. Wasn't a terrible look.
No, I like it. That was a good look. I mean, he got it on the, he got him to hit it up and down. He was moving forward. And, if he made it, it would have been a really good shot, tough to handle. Probably would have, had a high percentage of winning the point if, if he was able to get it in.
Randy Lofgren, the very definitive chair of the men's players committee and the super tournament committee, disagrees with me. He thinks that the Lepover-Protsenko win was a bigger upset. Of course, he might change his mind shortly. That's a long way for Bostrom to go to hit that ball.
Yes, but that's that's what they're doing. They weren't giving him any looks. He's gonna have to go get it. And that's, like I said, it's a long way to go when you're hitting it over towards, the first pole as opposed to the second pole.
Mitchell misses that one. Great track down from Bostrom.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do another one soon.
Wow. Another donation. Two easy missed overheads in a row.
Great volley by Martin Bostrom.
That's a huge hold right there.
Good touch.
Game Anderson,
Just hits the
Bostrom, Durant,
snowboard.
Mitchell lead
You got a
2-1,
double
third
stretch
set.
going on with Bostrom and Anderson, stretching their legs on the changeovers. I mean, they have been playing 90% of this match from the backcourt. Digging balls out, running balls down. Doing a lot of the moving. And Durant and Mitchell have been playing at the net, and while certainly that takes a physical toll on you, it's not nearly as much as the on your legs as the digging out of the balls and then running them down and getting them in the corner. So we'll see. We're still early here in the third set, and we'll see if the physicality of this match takes its toll.
Yeah, Blake Anderson's had a lot of injuries, has not spent a lot of time on the court. Obviously hurt his ankle last year in Nationals. But that was a big game right there, Jeff. From 30-15, Durant Mitchell donated a couple of points. And it would look like it would start rolling. All of a sudden, not so much.
Touched him. 15
Yeah.
love.
It's so easy to get drawn into that.
It's impossible not to. But you know, when he runs forward, like I said, I think you're better off taking the one shot swipe and just trying to hit him.
Yes, you can't play the shot he played, because once you get into that hand contest with Durant, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you got to hit him, or I should say, try to. You see how much better Bostrom plays that ball when they do roll it when Bostrom's over on the forehand side. He's just able to play that roll. Oh, what a good effort there by Anderson. But you see,
30 love.
you know, when they roll it and it goes backside, Bostrom plays that ball much better than Anderson does. He can create a little bit of offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the mistake there was Bostrom's following that ball in. You just have to be so careful not to get into that transition game with Durant.
I mean, that's
There's
on
Mitchell
Durant.
like 5 feet off the net. I don't know why he's so far off the net there.
I don't know. I think that's, yeah, but it's also on Durant. I mean, the ball has no business, you could say it has no business being there. They haven't hit a ball down the middle in a while. They've really been playing that first board whenever there's been a good lob, and when they hit it over to I should say the first board, the first pole right there. But when they've been hitting it towards the second pole, that's when they've been getting in trouble.
40-15.
There's that roller again.
40-15.
And they just don't have an answer for that shot. I think they're, if I were Bostrom and Anderson right now, I would be seriously considering switching sides in the back and seeing what happens, because
40-30.
they're really starting to take advantage, and they have been, since the second set started. They're going Anderson over there. He just can't. He can't. There's a good offensive shot, but that's the first one we've seen.
Missed the volley long.
It's out. Game, Durant Mitchell. They lead 3-1.
Yeah.
Third set.
Grim McNerney comments, doesn't think that Anderson's moving well.
Yeah, he's
They're
not.
pummeling him with the rollers there.
Yeah, he's not. For sure. I like this. I like this a lot better for them now. I don't think that they can pummel Anderson over on this side. I mean, I think they can hit a gazillion spin overheads, but Anderson's he's gonna be able to lob these up all day. It's not gonna be as exhausting on him physically.
Fifteen love.
Fifteen all. Really important game for Bostrom to hold serve here. Oh, what a volley.
Great get by Bostrom. He got a little let cord and Johan used his great eye-hand coordination and athleticism to put that one back in.
Broderick hit a couple of volleys today on let courts that were just not to be believed.
15-30.
Yeah, this thing is slipping away.
Yeah, not yet. I think it's getting close, but it looks like at the back they've switched. It looks like they may have switched strategies, and they're going to put Anderson in the backhand court, and I do think that could change things a little bit. I don't know if it's not necessarily the end result, but it does look like it can change some things.
Now, that was a forced error right there. He saw Durant dart to his left
40.
and tried to squeeze that overhead in.
Everybody's done it. Everybody's done that to that Durant move. And as soon as you hit it, you go, I should have just hit it over there on the, over to that other
Whoa,
board.
tags Durant.
30-40.
That's what I like to see. Everybody likes to see Johan get hit at least once.
But not as much as you like it, Jeff.
No, I've been hit so many times by him. It's on a personal level. It is actually nice to see. But no, good play by Anderson there.
Great play by Anderson. You can hit somebody, win the point. Go ahead and do it. Great cover by Durant behind Mitchell. Oh, what a get. Actually looked like he was moving fast there. Normally it's just kind of like he lazes his way over and makes a great get. This is the lob, back to deuce. Love how Anderson and Bostrom are competing. Don't like how much they're stretching, but love how they're competing.
Ryan, get off the Wi-Fi. Yeah, you got to stop playing that because they can't hear me because you're on Xbox.
Wild miss from Durant. This be a huge
That is
hole for
Bostrom.
Bostrom. He's stretching almost 3 point right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's got something on his right leg as well.
Deuce.
Yeah, and when you have to, that serve is so much energy. The way he serves, pushing off the legs there. What a volley from Durant. It's just a great drive from Bostrom. Durant just stuck his paddle down and hit a little forehand volley.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot.
Then that last ball that Bostrom drove was just too low.
Oh,
great
what a shot by
putt.
Bostrom.
Bostrom.
Amazing. Ryan, they literally sent me a text that said, tell Ryan to stop playing Fortnite.
I see there they get caught in transition.
Advantage Mitchell.
That was a tough ball to come in behind. Wow, Durant with another missed lob.
Deuce.
And the longer the game goes, the more importance it takes on. Boy, that serve, Bostrom kind of pushed in, didn't really push off his legs there, but beats him in transition.
Advantage Bostrom.
Yeah.
Another point
Johan
for 2-3.
Durant had been doing the same thing, and they snuck it in.
That's a great lob from Durant. Misses the forehand. Great hold from Bostrom.
Game. Anderson Bostrom. Durant Mitchell lead 3-2. Final set. New ball.
They are hanging in there. A couple of big holds in a row.
Yep. Stretch it again. Looks like team stretch, left leg. I mean, Bostrom and Anderson look tired, and Durant and Mitchell look like they're ready to go dancing. Still jumping around, ready to go.
Have you ever seen Durant look tired?
No.
Me either. And there you see Anderson really hobbling after that ball. Expect to see more of that from Durant.
It's a good swing. It's one he likes.
You see there, that was Durant. He just absolutely lulled him into that shot. That was a sucker shot. 40 love. Somebody's dog didn't like that shot. Yeah, you can see where Anderson's just not moving well right now. That's one of his strengths normally.
Third set.
I mean, Anderson's. I just think at some point he's going to have to take a whack at that. He's going to have to drive that ball.
It's just hard to take a whack when you're not moving well. Your legs are going. Two faults in a row.
You have to do it.
Bostrom with some encouraging words, in Swedish potentially. Wow, Anderson just looks done all of a sudden. Oh, what a pickup. I mean, you sound like a broken record, but that was ridiculous.
Great,
Anderson
great
wins the
overhead.
point.
15-40.
A great overhead there, but you know they haven't tried anything different here on Durant. I would have liked to seen some Australian do something to try to stop him from immediately taking the net. But they haven't tried that yet.
Great ball there from Bostrom. Back to 30-40. Can they wiggle out of another one? Three faults that game from Anderson,
5-2. Final set.
and he looks done. Yeah, I don't know that Anderson's got anything left. He just looks done to me. You can see him stretching constantly, and this may be a hill too big to climb. Jeff Morneau's having some technical difficulty. I think Jerry Viant's going to jump in. Jerry and I specialize in the 15-minute appearance. This one may be shorter than 15 minutes.
Love 15.
Mitchell opens with a fault to start. And now they're switching Anderson out of the backhand, out of the forehand into the backhand court. He can't move at all right now.
15 all.
15 all.
$15.30.
But they got to put him away. They didn't do it in the first set and they paid for it.
All.
2 points for the match.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay.
Jerry Viant going to join us?
I'm here, Mark. I'm here. I'm going to
Perfect
get that
timing.
last 2 minutes to chat with you.
Match point, Jerry.
Oh, good. Bring me up to date, Mark.
Steve Mitchell serving 5-2, 40-30. Blake Anderson's either cramping or has some sort of calf issue.
Yeah,
He's not moving.
I heard you commenting, and
Winner of this match will face Fraser Morgan tomorrow. What time, Jerry? 1:30?
1:30. We're just having a conversation that apparently there's some pretty brutal weather coming in, so we'll be chatting after this match with the
So check in on the
tournament
APTA
directors.
website.
Yeah, we'll post something, but tournament committee is going to meet after this match and have a conversation.
April showers.
I think there was some like thunder in there, so big win for Fraser Morgan.
Huge.
So they're really going after Blake Anderson.
When you saw your opponent was injured, Jerry, what was your strategy?
Yeah, so drop shot.
Okay, that's game, set, and match. Durant Mitchell, that ball hit the net post.
6-7.
And that is not crossing the plane.
6-2.
And for the third year in a row, Anderson Bostrom come up just short in the quarterfinals.
So that
Jerry,
puts our semifinals, Durant Mitchell against Fraser Morgan.
Which was the semifinals in Philly in February.
Yes.
Match won by Durant Mitchell 6-2, 6-3, something like that. And then the other semi is the Burrisher Doyer Hughes Powers match. They've played a number of times. And some absolute epic battles.
So we've got two lefties. That's always a great match to commentate on. Got a lot to talk about with that, but you know, we'll be talking to the tournament committee. Like I said, we are scheduled to start tomorrow with the women's semifinals. We've got the number 1 seeds Harnish Zabori playing Delmonico Gabbia, and that will be a battle. I think head-to-head Harnish Zabori are 2-1 with them this season. So.
Yep.
And then we've bottom half of the draw, we've got Cruz Nicolescu and Cooper Mullenville. So 3 out of the 4 players have won the national title. So they know what it takes. They know what it feels like. And Mullenville's playing some good paddle. I watched her match, and she's hitting a solid ball. So that's 2 really strong semifinal matches tomorrow. We're scheduled for 11:30, like we said. If there is a change in the schedule due to really severe weather that I think they're calling, we will post it. We'll post it on the APTA website and send out an email blast. And if they decide,
put a real beating on Cruz Nicolescu back at Long Island this year. Now that was a long time ago, and Cruz Nicolescu are a different team right now, but that still has to feel good going into the match.
Yep, they're in there. They're comfortable. They know how each other those teams play. And anyway, women's semifinal followed by the men's semifinal, followed by the women's final, and then the men's final. So big day of paddle tomorrow, Mark. And we have.
And you're going to work on the weather?
I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to do that. We're praying for cloudy, right? It's the only sport that you pray for a cloudy day. So we're playing for.
But not too cloudy.
Praying for cloudy, but not the severe thunder and lightning. We could do without that. So that's a wrap here from Canoe Brook 2021 National Championships, and we will see everybody tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.